Hello, and welcome back to the Polyester Atlas, the internet's premium international-themed football shirt Zoomcast featuring 4 strange men scattered around the globe, all of whom are inexplicably obsessed with national football jerseys. And it is a crowded field, let me tell you that. Yes, somehow, we've reached episode 3, surely making us as prolific as both Lord of the Rings and RoboCop. And damn it if they aren't 2 franchises that need to be brought together immediately with inevitably hilarious consequences. In today's episode, we'll be looking at some more new international shirts and inducting some more countries into our hypothetical atlas, this time with the theme of tiny tournaments. Yes, each of us has selected a shirt from our collection that was worn or issued to a team participating in a minor competition, so if you're a fan of obscure tournament football, this may be the episode for you. But in addition to all that, today's show is a particularly exciting one, as not only are we joined by our regular panel of shirt-obsessed lunatics. Hello, Nick in England.
Hello.
Sascha in Germany.
Hello.
And Eric in Canada.
Hey, everybody.
But we're delighted to introduce our very first special guest. He's another prolific national team shirt collector based in England who keeps something of a low profile online, but he's quietly assembled what is unquestionably one of the most impressive collections out there anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm Polyester Atlas welcome to Jakob. Jakob, hello.
Hello.
We are absolutely delighted to have you on the show. Obviously, we've been chatting online for the best part of a decade, and I believe you've met some of these other merry men in person at the CONMEBOL World Cup a couple of years ago. But if you'd like to tell us a bit about yourself, your origin story, as it were, when you started collecting and why and so on, then that would be excellent.
So yeah, as you said, I've met Nick and Sascha at the CONMEBOL World Football Cup in 2018. Did most of all the grounds and all the games and all of that. But the main reason I started collecting was my grandfather. He's born and raised in Guyana. Until he was about 18, 19 years of age and came over. And as a football fan, I had England shirts, my local team, Dagenham shirts, and I had a Norway 98 World Cup shirt. I wanted the Guyana shirt. So I scoured the web in 2011 and came up with this +1 Guyana shirt. I think it's the home version. And from then on, I got the bug and getting more obscure and just ticking off the list. Before I knew it, I had about 100, 110. And that's when I started looking for people online with a similar interest and came across you lot, I suppose.
Right. And when was it? When did you start collecting?
So I got the Guyana shirt 2011, but I started properly trying to find out how many FIFA nations there were and ticking them off in about 2012, end of 2012, and been going for it ever since. Right.
And at what point did you realise that you were kind of too far in, as it were, or seriously in?
Wardrobe space. I lived at home initially with my mum and dad. One wardrobe, and that soon filled up. So that was the first inkling, and then I just soon I've counted them when I wardrobe got full when I had about 150 shirts, and that's when I realised I've got a problem. Yeah.
Is it a problem though? Is it really, or does
it's a good problem?
Does it make you the coolest person on your block? I think it quite definitely does.
Yeah, I'd go with that. I'd go along with that.
So, how many shirts have you got at the moment?
I've got about 900 to 1,000 in that area.
Blimey.
So, yeah. So
God, that's not quite twice as many as me, but that's a lot of shirts.
Yeah, I mean, I've got just 100 Dagenham shirts.
I see.
And it's not that many in other shirts, but we've only been going since 1992. So, yeah, and I'm only missing one of them.
Right.
Same as the FIFA collection.
You're a Wigan fan as well, aren't you?
Yes, I'm a Wigan fan as well. So I'm Dagenham and Wigan, hence Latic Dagger.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
How's Wigan? How's that happened?
Oddly enough, I got taken to a West Ham game, and all my family West Ham growing up in Dagenham. And one particular game, they lost 4-0 to Wigan. And as a joke, I asked for a Wigan shirt for Christmas and got it. And so I started as a joke, and I just ended up taking it seriously and went to all the London games for years on end. So yeah, I just stuck with it. I went to the FA Cup final in 2013 and watched them win. So brilliant.
Oh, that's wicked.
Did you watch them play Chorley the other week as well?
I did, yeah. 2-0 up, I was having a laugh, and then it all went wrong.
Yeah, they were having a laugh by the end. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not bad time to become a Wigan fan, though, given that you got to see them win the cup and stuff.
Yeah, I've had highs and lows already. Yeah, back in League One.
Do you collect Wigan shirts as well?
Not really, but I've got about 30, 40 of them. So.
Just the odd 30 or 40.
Yeah.
I'm not really trying.
I've not set out to get every year, you know. I've just assembled them, I suppose. Yeah.
Well, brilliant, great stuff. You got any particular stories you want to tell us at all? I saw you mentioned on Twitter the time that you bought up all of Gambia's teamwear, and then they ended up playing badgeless in the next game.
So I needed a Gambia shirt, so I just ended up getting in touch with the Gambian newspaper, and just so happens the sports journalist knew the kit man. So got in touch with him, bought a first batch. I think I give one to Sascha, not give one. It swapped or sold to Sascha. Then I got another batch, and then the next allowance of kits they had, I've got some of them as well. All the badges were damaged on them as well. I mean, I think I give one to Nick. I swapped with Nick, didn't I? For a Bhutan shirt.
For some reason, not sure why.
I think I swapped one with you as well. One of the one of the red and white ones. Because I'd already got one of the blue away ones from a player that I'd got in touch with. I'd paid him some money and he picked me up one, and then it turned out that you bought basically all the rest of them.
Yeah, so saying I think the next game there's a picture of the Gambia squad in the 11, and about 4 of them had badges. And got a bit worried at that point, but yeah.
I think that's excellent.
Yeah. That's quite a proud moment, really.
Yes, that's brilliant. There you go. You've actually affected world football in some way.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah.
There you go. That's magnificent. So I believe you've dug out 3 of your favourite shirts for us. So let's have a look. What have you got?
So yes, so third place is probably one you're not going to expect. I've got the Vietnam 1997.
Yeah.
And I mean, just love the look of it. I mean, I love the sleeves, the badge, just the old Adidas logo on the front, the colours of the flag.
It's a great shirt. I've got the away one in yellow, bright yellow.
Yes,
it's basically the reverse of that. The badge is so cool. Do you want to hold it up close to the camera so that folk can have a look at that?
The badge.
Yeah, because I just think it's a quality crest. Just something cool about the VF.
I remember your away one is the South Vietnam flag, wasn't it? Or
oh yeah, the flag. Right. I couldn't find any pictures of them ever using it, but I assume it's legit. I can't see why you would mock one up in yellow. But yeah,
that's my third favourite. I mean, I've always liked that kit. My second one, it's not one to look at. It's not great to look at. It's pretty plain, but it was my first big scalp as a collector. And it's a match-worn Mauritius shirt worn in a friendly with Ivory Coast. So yeah, that was I got it from a French collector on eBay. Cost me I can't remember how much, but it cost me quite a bit. But I've always been top of my list, this shirt. So that's my second. Yeah,
well, they're not easy to get, Mauritius match-worn shirts.
No, it's one of the most fake shirts out there as well. That you'd probably agree with.
Well, it's all those all sport ones that everybody buys, and then they never use them.
No, I mean, this looks fake, but they wore it. It's a Citizen.
Yeah, I was going to say, is it a Citizen one? Because I've got a Citizen one as well, and I always thought it was fake. And then Nick recently found pictures of them using it.
I remember that
in a friendly against Spurs. And
I spent hours and probably a couple of days literally going through Mauritius sports groups on Facebook, just saving every photo I could find, and I've managed to find the kit history for like the last 25 years.
That's brilliant, because they had quite a patchy sort of photographic record, really. Like, you know. Yeah,
there's what's it called, like Morris fans or something, and during lockdown they seem to be all digging out their old photos and everything, so it's brilliant. In fact, quite a lot of different countries, like FA, started going through their archives during lockdown. It was it's a good time.
Yeah. Funnily, I do have fakes of the one that Jakob has, and I got them from the FA president. The general secretary. That was one of my first big scalps. There was the FIFA World Cup in Germany, the Women's World Cup 2011, and the general secretary of the Mauritius FA replied to an email and said, come to my hotel in Frankfurt and I will give you these shirts. It was all a bit dodgy because he wasn't there and I was called to his room. I met the Beckhams in the elevator. Was quite a funny trip, and he gave me 2 shirts and some sand from Mauritius and a postcard, and the shirts both are fakes of the one you got.
That's a pleasing bit of FIFA-esque subterfuge there, where you're like meeting them at dodgy hotels and getting called up to the room secretly. I like that.
Yeah, I think the point was my car broke down on the way, and I couldn't text him, so I was like 2.5 hours late.
Crap. You were lucky you didn't end up taken out of the hotel by the CIA underneath a bedsheet, I suppose.
Sascha, did you speak to the Beckhams in the elevator in this hotel?
Not much. I said hello, and they did.
What?
Is it just you and them two?
Yeah.
Christ, that's amazing. Yes, no, sorry. Jacob, what is your number 1?
My number 1, it's probably predictable, but you can't not like it. You can't. It's my best, Uganda.
Yes, it's a classic.
I mean, everyone wants one.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the cranes on the front, the stripes, the massive badge. Brilliant.
Yeah, it is an absolute beauty.
Someone said like the only thing you can prove is probably a stitch badge, but even that you can't.
Yeah. You can't. That's it. You can't get too annoyed about the fact that it isn't, because it's just an absolutely beautiful design. That's
a great shirt.
I reckon it's quite possibly my favourite as well, to be honest with you. It's just one of the best shirts ever. Hummel are the best. I think Hummel are the best.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's a debate for another episode. We could.
I think definitely there are like African stuff, because they've got that the Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone's brilliant.
That weird Zanzibar one that. Never. There we go.
Don't know if they ever wore. Well, Jacob, thank you very much for that, and I guess we will we'll move on. We've actually had a couple of people get in touch with questions, which is absolutely brilliant. So I thought we'd do a quick correspondence section. First up, we have got Ross, who says, really enjoyed it, guys. Good chat. I was just as impressed as how much world affairs you all seem to have picked up on during your quest, as well as the frankly terrifying knowledge of all things polyester. Question it would be cool to answer for those of us not hardcore collectors. Why do you all have so many of each other's shirts? Something shipping related? So maybe that's one for Nick and Eric, really, although I suppose Sascha actually has shirts for everyone as well. I mean, basically it is shipping related, right? It's it's
just, I think a lot of the time is just where are the like if you're buying something from the UK, it costs, if I'm going to send it over, if Eric's going to order it straight over there, it's going to cost him about sort of 10-15 quid just for one shirt. But if I'm sending a box of shirts, it cost me about, was it 40 quid? So it ends up about £1 a shirt. And also I get loads of stuff in as well. And it's very easy for Eric just to go, yeah, I'll have one of those. And
that's it. And I mean, basically postage to Canada is absolutely ridiculously expensive, as I discovered last time I sent something to Eric, and takes ages. So, I mean, if Eric buys a lot of shirts from Europe, if they're all getting sent over to Canada, that's going to be a huge amount of money. That's it. It just is much easier to just chuck them all to Nick and then get him to send them all in the box. And sort of the same thing with Sascha as well, really. You know, if Sascha's sourced a load of shirts from Africa or whatever, they will all go to Germany and then slowly make their way to the rest of us as and when.
Actually, I don't have that problem that much because I can send worldwide for €5. It doesn't matter where.
Wow, bloody hell.
So jealous of that, like that's mental.
I just sent 2 packages to Malta. One was like a picture and the other was returning a shirt that I got from our man there. And he's going to send me something else. It cost me $132 to send the 2 packages.
What? Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah.
You could be cheaper flying and taking them yourself.
These days, it probably is. Yeah, it's crazy.
Absolutely crazy. So we've got one other question that's coming as well. Christopher says, great show. I'd love to know which shirts you regret getting. So I had to think about this and thought, I don't really generally regret getting any of my shirts particularly, but then I had to think and I thought, well, I actually spent a lot of money on an unproven Eritrea shirt on eBay a long time ago, because at the time it was sort of the only Eritrea shirt around and I'd just got a new job, so I had loads of money. And I bought it, and it's a fine shirt and everything, but there's never been any proof that they actually used it. And really, I've come to the conclusion that they probably didn't. And since then, obviously, I've managed to secure a couple of Eritrea shirts, including an amazing matchworn one. So I do sort of regret dropping quite a lot of money on a shirt that was probably fake, to be honest with you. I don't know if anyone else has got any particular regrets of shirts that they've actually bought.
I think for me, it's more about when I first started out, I didn't really care too much about what the shirts were like. I would buy anything just to get that country ticked off the list.
Yeah.
But now when people sort of ask for a bit of advice, I always say, don't do that. Wait until there's one that you look at and say, that's an awesome shirt. I'll get that one. So for example, particularly the big countries like France and Spain and so on, you can get them for £5, if you don't care about what it looks like. But if you want a decent 90s one, wait for one of those to come up. You're going to get them eventually. Yeah. So I've got boxes of shirts that I don't really have that much interest in, just because I got them early on. So they're legitimate shirts, but they don't really mean a huge amount.
Yeah. Anyone else?
I got two with me, actually. First of all, this Sierra Leone shirt.
It's the same one that I had.
I think you all have it and you all love it. I didn't have it and I wanted to have it for ages. And it came up on a German classified ads page for €40. So I snapped it in seconds and just realized it's completely rubbish.
It's a terrible fake. Yeah, it is rubbish.
It's a really terrible fake.
Yeah, I
really regretted that.
I had the same one and I sent it back. So yeah, lovely.
But you can't find the real ones because Joe has them all.
That's it. You've bought all these different shirts from Macron. I've just bought 100 million versions of the same Sierra Leone shirt.
And then the second one is the one I'm wearing. So this is the coach's shirt of Djibouti. And the coach of Djibouti at the time, Nuruddin Garsaili, happened to study in my city. So he wanted, as a souvenir, to have a tracksuit of the club in my city of Cologne. So he insisted it has to be the new one. So I went to a shop and it cost €150, shipped it to Tunisia for €20 or something. And he promised to send me a Djibouti shirt in return. I think I never bought a shirt for more than €100 at the time, so that was quite hurtful. But yeah, I mean, a Djibouti shirt, a match-worn one, is definitely worth that.
Yeah.
And all I got is that coach shirt and actually a souvenir shirt which had holes everywhere from Dubai. So this is what he sent me in return. And ever since he got pissed because the trousers of the tracksuit never arrived with him. So he's accusing me of stealing him and never again spoke to me.
Whole thing's a disaster, really. Yeah, I think I would probably have regretted doing that as well. That's a shame, especially given that you still don't have a Djibouti shirt right to this day.
No, it's the only one I'm missing. So I was so close.
Man. Jacob, have you got anything?
So I've got rid of them. It's the particular Australian knobhead we all know, who sold. It was early on in collecting, and I saw rare shirts and I bought them for a cheap price, and then dawned on me they're not real.
Yeah. Too good to be true, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. I can't even think of the countries, but I just literally got rid of them. Charity shops and stuff like that.
Yeah, probably for the best. Yeah, absolutely, totally. Everyone's probably got a story about any of the shirt they regret buying, to be honest. Eric, can you think of anything that you actually regret buying?
Well, I sort of touched on it in episode 1 of the Polyester Atlas. Was the Georgia shirt that Nick goaded me into buying for £127.50.
Yeah.
Before we had actually met. And actually, the odd thing is, what made that one bad was because then later I ended up getting like a box of shirts from Jacko, because this German mate of mine that I met through a shirt purchase grew up in the town where the company's from. So he phoned the company and started working his way through the phone tree. And next thing I know, a box of 7 shirts show up at my house.
Cool.
So have to thank Mr. Rolf Krieg for that. And yeah, he did a great job. And he almost got bit by the collecting bug from that. His wife would have killed me if that happened, but it came close for him. I think that was it. I found a wildly fake Djibouti shirt in my closet the other day when I was reorganizing with the hangers, which people are just freaking oddly fascinated with the coat hangers on Twitter. But I'll take what I can get. It was one of those things. It's like, I think I probably bought it for like £5, and I'm like, oh, I can't find any pictures, but you never know. You know, it's not even a real, like, Adidas shirt or whatever. It's like a rip off of that UHL one with the red star.
Yeah.
Another one. Yeah. So, but I thought, you never know. African teams do weird stuff, like they lose their kit in transit, and who knows, maybe one day somebody will end up playing a match with that.
That's it. These things are worth a gamble sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Djibouti and regrets, I have to add that this red one with a red star, that was on German eBay just when I started for like €50.
Oh.
And it was legit because it was of a soldier, and the German Marine played a friendly against the Djibouti team.
Oh, no way.
And there were proofs and of the handover pictures of that.
Oh.
I thought €50 probably too much for a football shirt. So I'll skip that.
Oh, Sascha.
I think I wrote about 100 emails to the German Marines since, asking them to please help me out, but they never replied.
Nothing.
I have no idea who bought that shirt for €50 back then. But yeah, I really regret not spending €50 on a legit match-worn Djibouti shirt.
Yeah. I think we could do a whole episode, between us, of the ones that got away, and where we were like, £100. I'm never gonna spend £100. Are you crazy?
Yeah. And now you're like, oh my God, only £100. Only £100. I would have bought 5 of them.
Exactly.
Okay. On top of those questions, we've had a lot of suggestions for themes and sections for future shows, some of which we'll definitely be using in forthcoming episodes. So thanks to everyone that's been in touch. You can, of course, contact us at Polyester Atlas on Twitter, or by leaving a comment below the video. So if you've got any questions or suggestions, we'd love to hear from you. There have been a few new shirt designs on show in the last couple of weeks, particularly from the CONMEBOL region. So we thought we'd make this section a sort of new shirt South America special. So Nick, if you want to do the honors and guide us through some of the new designs, that would be absolutely great.
Sure. Yep. Cool. I'm just going to go through all the ones that that they've been playing with in South America this week. Now, this is the Argentina home, which I believe is not new. I think this is 2019.
Oh my God, I hate it.
Yes.
Does that even have the blue and white stripes in it, or is that just like an overexposed photo?
That's terrible. I hate it.
Adidas did a terrible job in 2019. It's not as bad as that Sweden women's one with the, I don't know, they tried to get the shape of Sweden to look like a stripe. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to move on because that's not new.
Yeah.
Right. This is the away shirt, which is the same sort of template as the one that Eric showed us from Sweden. I think it works all right. And as we've said before, Argentina's away shirts are always better than their home.
Yep.
Cool colours, but I don't love it. It's not one of my favourite Argentina away shirts. It's fine. But it's no better than fine. That's what I would say.
It's smart. I think the cuffs on the sleeve.
Cuffs are the best bit.
Yeah, they work quite well with the Argentina. I think the coincidence that it's those colours, but or those the 3 bands.
Agreed. They are definitely the best bit.
Right. Okay. So moving on to we'll do it alphabetically. So Bolivia. That's the Bolivia home shirt in green.
Okay. That's all.
Marathon.
That's all right. Away.
Yeah. Well, we'll look at the away in more detail. I've got that a closer up one of that. I agree. I think the away one is nicer.
That's a lot nicer, yeah.
More cuffs. That is some quality cuff action.
Gold badge, gold lettering.
I think it's also got a sash. I think that is a green sash. I don't think that's just shade.
Oh yeah, is it? It's hard
Yeah,
to
because if you look at the badge, hold on, let me just go back. Is it more obvious? Yeah, it's there.
Is it? I'm not sure it is. I think
I think it is. We'll have to buy it and find out.
Yeah,
I want those cuffs. Like every shirt should have those cuffs.
Yeah, agreed. They're quality. It looks like a Seychelles flag almost, like just the angle on the stripes.
And then
I love the gold logo, to be fair.
Yeah, it works nicely, doesn't it?
Cool.
And what's going on up there on the collar? Like it looks like he's got like an old napkin, like still tucked under there. But that actually doesn't look very comfortable, does it?
Not
those little bits.
Yeah, not really, but who knows?
But it looks cool.
Yeah.
I also find with gold, I don't know. I feel that if you're putting gold on your shirt, it should be because you've achieved something.
Yeah.
And I do find it a little bit odd when I think Gibraltar have just done a shirt which has got a load of gold on it, and it seems a bit weird.
Yeah, agreed. All right, what's next?
Brazil. So this is
So I like again cuffs. Look, it's
the
cuffs and collar. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, and the cuffs match the collar.
Yeah.
Well, let's put it this way: it's the most exciting Brazil home shirt since the 90s.
Yeah, agreed. Since Umbro, I like the collar. I love the cuffs. Looks great, but realistically, it's not one of the most exciting shirts in the world, is it?
No, but again, Brazil, Argentina, they're those countries. They're prisoners to their tradition. They can't deviate too far from it. Like, especially in countries where there quite literally could be riots if they did.
Yeah.
But that jumped once I noticed that. That grew on me really quick. That went from
Yeah, I'm pretty down with it as Brazil shirts go.
Yeah,
especially
I agree with that.
Especially as Brazil Nike shirts go. Because as you say, they haven't really had anything good since they quit Umbro.
It would be interesting to see what other companies could do with them. It seems like Nike either can't be bothered or don't have the balls to release something more exciting.
100%.
Right, okay. Away shirt, which is better.
Yeah.
It looks like a template.
It's fine. It looks like a template. It's not exciting me very much. There was a big song and dance about their new badge, but it looks so much like their old badge that I'm not really very excited about it either, I must confess.
What's new about it? I can't. Hold on.
It's the way the stripes go all the way to the edge. I think that was pretty much the only difference that I could see.
Revolutionary.
It's the only word for it, Sasha.
Isn't that some kind of throwback to an older badge?
It was different in the 80s, wasn't it? They had a slightly different one, but I can't remember.
No, I like the third shirt, the white one. They have a white one, right?
Oh, don't tell me that because I haven't saved the picture.
Is it a new white one, or do you mean the one-off special limited edition one that they wore for one match at the last Copa America that I just thought was the biggest, most boring rip-off ever, and that everybody on Twitter was just, oh my God, this is the best Brazil shirt ever. This is amazing. And I'm looking at it going, it's a white shirt with a blue collar. I am so bored right now. And people just went insane for it. Anyway, sorry, that was a rant, but I'm not into it.
Take it you've not got one.
I haven't actually, as it goes, funnily enough.
Right, okay, moving on to Chile. So this is the Chile home shirt.
Oh, blimey. No.
Like a vest.
Yeah.
Well,
with that background.
Looks like an
arse. It's a bit odd, isn't it? It's got these weird sleeves that it's because there's a white background, isn't it? But
it's like an almost wants to be an Arsenal shirt, but then it's not quite committed enough to get the white all the way up to the shoulder.
And it does have down the sides where there's a bit of detail.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't work out what it was. It's like it must mean something in Chile.
I think it's that. Is it that zig? They've got a sort of zigzag thing going on for some of their templates, Nike, and I think it's probably that. So
maybe it's a Chile map. That would be cool.
Hey, it's not. It's like a cross shape that's repeated several times inside it. I really don't know what it is.
That actually would be really cool if it was a Chile map. That the country is that unique shape.
It's so long, it would totally actually work, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That'd be properly for the Atlas, but they presumably haven't done that. Shirt,
Right, get on it, Nick.
shirt manufacturers hardly ever do that.
Away shirt.
Yeah.
So
Hey.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Okay, now we're talking. Yeah, I like
Looks
this.
like a rodeo kit.
How similar does that look to that Globe Sport Haiti shirt?
well, it's not AirTex or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
I'm digging this. I'm
Me
digging
too.
this for a white shirt, primarily white. I'm digging it. It's got Tetris blocks. It's got weird zigzags. It's got spiky bits.
It's got a Bahrain flag on a sleeve. That's the only problem.
Oh,
It's horrible.
yeah, you're seeing that, but I'm seeing Knuckles the Echidna from Sonic the Hedgehog sort of
I've seen it now. Yeah.
standing in profile. It's horrible. You're not into it, Sasha.
No, I mean, it looks like cheerleading or something, but not like a football shirt.
Or Evil
just horrible.
Knievel.
Yeah, there is a bit of that to it, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's what I like about it. Actually, it's kind of crazy.
I do like it. And it's not ridiculously over the top. It's just very different.
Yeah, I like it. I might get one of those at some point.
Have you guys ever seen that old shirt from I think it's from the NASL in the 70s? It's like the Rowdies, and it has like tassels on
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
It
my
just
God.
needs the
yeah.
tassels on that, and then that would just be the Evil Knievel shirt. That would just be wild.
Yeah, or some kind of built-in cape. That'd be working.
What is it with the collars on the new night shirts with the bit at the back?
It's weird, isn't it? Yeah, they've got a little nick out of them or something.
Is that for like drainage?
No, I've
Presumably,
just had a
you've
look
got,
on my Nigeria one.
got a sweaty neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. So Colombia, this is not new. This is their bizarre.
I like it. Sort
2019.
of bruised banana homage. Again, talking about
yeah.
Arsenal, but it's got that kind of classic Arsenal away look to it. I like it. I don't love it, but I like it.
I'm
Looks
not
like another
speaking-
new shirt. We could discuss it later on. An African country. I don't want to ruin it, but it looks exactly like the Kipster shirt for
Oh, Chad's away shirt. Yeah,
exactly the same as that.
yeah. Yeah, we might look at that actually.
It almost looks like the loading screen for a Spectrum game.
Yeah, and that's a winner, isn't it? I mean, that's a winner. I had a Spectrum. I'm old. I had a Spectrum. Yeah.
Nick still has one.
I've got
course he
about
does.
6 right here next to me. So I'll.
My God. Okay, what's next?
Okay, this is their very
Away.
familiar looking away
Terrible.
shirt. This is new.
Template.
Terrible indeed.
Yeah, not
I actually
really.
have that shirt.
I'm not really
Ugh.
loving it.
No, that's not good.
You've got it.
Yeah, but everybody went stupid for it when Norway has basically the same thing.
Yeah, it just works in some colours and not quite as well in others. And I don't like the collars on this. I don't like the way that collar's coming down to the sort of. I don't get what's going on with that whole
If you do
top of the
camouflage,
chest,
do it all
shoulders.
over.
Yeah, exactly. Like the Japan shirt looks amazing,
Yeah.
And this doesn't even look like camouflage. It looks like a sort of someone breathed on a window and then got their wiped it, That's what I'm seeing.
Way to breathe, no breath.
I do like the. I've just noticed the cuffs have got the proportions right for the flag, haven't they?
Yeah, that's true.
That's
a nice cuff.
cuff.
That's cool again. Yeah, the cuffs are the real thing today, aren't they?
And they do have the nice the badge. It is a bit of a classic. The Colombia badge.
Yeah, it
They've
is.
done a good job with that.
They've never
Right.
messed with it for a while as well. So
No. Speaking of messing with badges, Ecuador. Okay. Just remember how awesome the Ecuador badge has been for the last, 30, 40 years. And then what on earth is this?
Oh no,
Oh,
terrible.
God.
Didn't you guys watch the 25-minute promotional video
yeah,
they had explaining?
I did watch it. The shirt's not much either, is it?
I'll dissent. I like it. And I guess I was propagandized by the video and I like the badge too, but I do like the older badge better.
I'm with you. Actually, I'm with you. I don't hate this badge. I know we sort of touched on this in the last episode. I can't remember which badge it was actually, but there was another team that had sort of done this sort. It's sort of the fashion now to go for this sort of weird, like the Juventus. Maybe Juventus kicked it off with their new badge or something. I quite like it as a style. It was Cuba. It was Cuba in the first episode. It was the new Cuba badge we were talking
And
about.
it does look like it's a pocket, and that there's got a red card in the pocket ready to whip out at any moment.
True.
I'm seeing that.
Now I can't unsee that too.
I'm seeing that. And that's appropriate because it's South American football. So I'm wanting to see two-footed tackles and angry people. You know, isn't that what South American football's all about?
And of course,
the passion of the game.
The cuffs are a bit boring on this one.
They've got a little yellow bit on.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Just wait for this one. So here's your traditional home yellow-blue bit of red. What is this?
What is this?
I love it.
Pajama.
It's like underwear.
That's underwear. Yeah, that's true. That's underwear. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm seeing that as well. That's ridiculous.
I like it, but it does not scream
Football
Ecuador,
shirt.
does it?
No,
In no way, shape, or form.
Although that said, it does scream Ecuador in the sash.
Ecuador. I've got it. Yeah.
I was actually thinking of buying this yesterday, but I exercised self-control for a second and didn't. Yeah, I don't know. To me, that is just so weird that weird. I have to have it.
It is weird.
Like I literally have underwear that are the same color. Probably, I could get more graphic, but it's
probably don't. Yeah. Probably don't.
I
don't know, man. You'll never see another shirt like that.
It is crazy. All right.
Okay.
What's next?
Let's go on to what we've got next. Paraguay.
Oh, gee, it's red and white stripes.
Oh no, but look, it's got a pattern on it.
Oh, it's got a pattern.
Got a pattern
on
at
it.
the bottom that looks a bit like dragon scale.
Yeah.
So yeah, a dragon exactly. I like it.
Ah.
I like it. I think
I like that.
That's pretty classy. That one, yeah.
Puma.
Yeah,
okay. They were with Adidas for a long time, eh? Yeah, I quite like it. It's not bad.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, thick stripes. Thick stripes. I like if a country's going to have stripes, I like thick stripes. I like two big thick stripes down the front like this. Absolutely.
They did have a horrible recent one, didn't they? With lots of thin stripes.
Thin stripes. I hate thin stripes. Like the latest Milan kit, or was it the last AC Milan kit? Was just thin stripes, and everyone was mad for it. And I was just like, just looks rubbish. Looks like Dennis the Menace's dad's suit.
But why do they have small stripes on the shoulders on top of the bright stripes?
I think that's just part of the Puma design, isn't it?
That looks ridiculous here.
That's a bit odd.
Otherwise, it's great.
But yeah, overall, I'm liking it.
Is that can't be dragon scale? That must be something else.
There must be something significant.
Yeah, we got to look that up because
pine cone.
Maybe a pangolin.
It's the famous Paraguayan pangolin.
I was thinking of that too. Is that a thing?
I've no idea.
Call him John Oliver.
But I think they do have pangolins in South America, so why not?
Do they? Could be. All right, what's next?
I was going to look it up. Let's just say it is. Right, okay, the away shirt is a bit different.
No.
Move
Shoulders
on.
exciting.
Next.
Netherlands.
It is a bit Netherlands, isn't it?
Yeah, it is actually. Yeah.
Right, okay. Peru, so...
Big sash, thick sash.
That is a hell of a thick sash. Blimey. I'm not sure I'm down with it. It looks pretty classy overall, but the sash is too thick. That's what I would say.
Could you just make a plain red shirt and say the sash is so thick that the other two guys wearing the white shirts are the other bits? And
yeah, I'm down with that. I like gold trim on a Peru shirt, and they've gone for that.
Yeah,
they did, and they had that
decent.
black shirt that was gorgeous too.
Yeah, it was a classy number, that one.
I think it can be difficult, can't it, with a sash design to mix it up and...
Yeah, absolutely. There's
you're limited.
Again, they're slaves to tradition, like Eric was saying about Brazil, Argentina.
Yeah, and I think Marathon has done a good job to find something that is a little bit different. But that badge, what the hell is going on? They're not get something a bit more exciting.
Well, yeah, but it's been the same for years, hasn't it? It's it's the flag, and that's it, isn't it? Really.
Right. Okay. The away shirt. Now, I do like this because it is just the opposite.
Yeah,
and it always works nicely.
That's it. I've always kind of preferred Peru away shirts actually when they're red with a white sash. They always just look cool.
Now, I was wondering what happens when they play Paraguay, who obviously play in red and white, and they just wear their home shirt apparently. So apparently that doesn't clash. So
right, okay, in somebody's world.
Right, okay. Uruguay. So this is not new. This is 2019,
and it's
It is
rubbish.
boring.
It's one of the worst Uruguay shirts for years.
And let's see,
And
away
the away shirt's even worse.
And again, I'm not sure what they wear for a third kit when they play Argentina. Probably just one of these.
Yeah,
They're allowed to do that.
I guess they make Argentina wear their away kit probably.
Finally, this isn't new either. This is
blimey.
Is this pronounced give over?
Give over, yeah.
Okay. This is the
Rubbish.
the home shirt. Yeah, it's quite smart. It's the right colour.
But it's boring. It's so boring.
Badge.
Yeah, that's nice.
Again, not new.
It's weird.
I
I've not seen that before.
What? It's weird. I don't know if I like that or not, actually.
I don't like it.
Why has it got a huge V on it?
Or
Venezuela. Putting that together. There you go. My 2 English degrees.
No, I think it's actually the Givova logo, isn't it? It's Givova logo.
Is it? No,
Just all over it.
It is. Yeah, it's on the sleeves as well. I think it is. Yeah.
Well, no, the logo's like a big tick. It's like a tick.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
It's,
could be right.
It's
Actually.
like a ticked
That's
box.
a check mark for our North American viewers.
I assume it's just. Oh yeah, it is. I assume that's just V for Venezuela. I didn't. It's weird. I don't know what I think of that.
It, by the way.
Jovova has 2 V's in it, in the word. So maybe it's a little self-serving.
What was that? What was that, Nick?
If anyone wants this one, I think classic football shirts have it going pretty cheap at the moment.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, it isn't new. It is last year's design. But that is it for South America at the moment. I have seen the rumoured new Argentina home shirt that looks a bit debatable, but they haven't worn it yet.
All right. Well, we'll leave that until they actually unveil it. So now to the main business of the show, the meat and potatoes, as it were, and that is, of course, inducting some more countries into the Atlas. This week, we've gone for a tiny tournaments theme. So basically, we've all picked a match-worn or match-issued shirt from our collections that's been used in a relatively obscure competition somewhere around the globe. So shall we start with you, Sascha? What shirt have you got for us and what competition is it from?
I actually got 2, and I'm happy to start. First of all, I have a Syria shirt.
Ah,
nice.
Which is match worn from the Under 17 World Cup.
Oh, cool.
So not really a tiny tournament.
Not exactly, but...
A tournament for tinies, though.
Yeah.
I see where you've gone.
So I stole a kid's shirt, basically. That's what I did. The story behind it is quite cool because I got it from a Romanian coach from the Syrian Premier League, which I'm chatting to for a couple of years now. And he got it from one of the kids in the middle of the Civil War. And the player couldn't sustain himself really well, so he started to sell off some shirts. I think a few of you got shirts from him as well.
I did, yeah.
And funnily, shipping went perfectly fine during the Civil War.
I know.
So, and even the German taxes didn't check the boxes with all the Assad stamps on it. They didn't mind it.
Well,
Did you
that's
get blacklisted by Western Union, though?
No, it didn't work. I couldn't send him money to Syria. It had to be redirected via some cousin in London, I think.
So what else have you got for us?
So the other one I got is a Bulgaria shirt, which I got for €30 once. And Bulgaria played as every European country. Do you recognize this patch?
I don't think so.
No, I don't know.
So this is from the UEFA Regions Cup,
Okay.
where basically regions represent Bulgaria. So this one was worn by Southwest Sofia, who actually made it to the final, losing to the Basque country in 2005 in that kit. And I love the idea of the Basque country playing in Spanish kits. Because they have to play in a Spain shirt then, and in the current Spain shirt.
And did they actually do it?
Yeah, they do it, yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's controversial.
And I know in person a few players from the Isle of Man who are having the same issue. They qualified for the Regions Cup a couple of times and have to then wear an England shirt. although the Isle of Man isn't even a part of England.
Yeah,
so
that's ridiculous.
it's a bit of a ridiculous tournament.
Because they're in the FA, isn't it? That's the.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but they usually sing on the pitch 3 legs, not 3 lines.
3 legs on a flag. Brilliant. Okay, thank you very much for that. Eric, what have you got?
Okay, so as we know, every region is broken down into sub-regions, and in Africa there's a couple, and one of those is CONMEBOL, which is the Confederation of East African Football Associations, and they periodically hold a tournament. It gets canceled quite frequently.
Yeah.
Teams go to it and then run away, and
Yeah.
then their Eritrea shirts end up at Joe's house.
Yeah.
And things like that. But I have a Somalia shirt from the last CONMEBOL senior tournament
Amazing.
in 2019, of September 2019, I believe it was. Because that's when I was speaking to the manager who got this for me. It's one of the spare. They brought a spare set with them to cover rippage and damage and things like that. And this is one of those, but it's was trucked along to that tournament. So, yeah.
What number is it?
It is number 8.
Awesome.
And I have the matching shorts too. And the 8 actually applied the correct way up. Unlike some of my other number 8s that are upside down, which I prefer.
I've got a former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia shirt with an upside down 8 on it as well, actually. All right,
I've
well,
got a Burkina Faso shirt with a backwards 9 on it.
magnificent. How do these kit men get employed? Anyway, so that's one of the global rarities, really. I think Somalia shirts are still pretty much the grail for a lot of people. Jacob, have you got a shirt for us?
Yes, so I've got 2 again, but one of them's FIFA, which is this Laos.
Oh yeah.
The defo.
It's with it's worn by the Lam now, number 8, I believe.
Oh yeah.
He had a distinguished career at the Public Ministry and Transport youth team.
Excellent.
And it was worn in the AFF Suzuki Cup in 2008.
Brilliant.
So that's my FIFA one, and my non-FIFA is Carl Italia. I think I'm saying it right. CONMEBOL 2018 World Football Cup final. We got man of the match and player of the tournament as well.
Oh, that's
Can
fantastic.
you read that out for us? What is written on the back?
Well,
No.
someone else could try if they want. but yeah, pleased with that one. It's quite a rare tournament as well. So yeah.
Yeah,
my
that's
Tell
fantastic.
us how you get hold of it, Jacob.
Oh yes, so I got hold of it. They just won the penalty shootout at the final to become World Cup champions, and the keeper swung his shirt in the air, dropped it on the pitch. So me and Nick were standing there in amazement, and everyone was running past the shirt to get in the huddle, and I just jumped over the fence straight for the shirt and stuck it in my coat. So yeah.
Oh, that is absolutely magnificent. Well done. Well done. The keeper's probably gutted.
Yeah.
Nick, what have you got for us?
Yeah, I've got another SAF Championship shirt, but this is back from when it was sponsored by Coca-Cola rather than Suzuki. So it's got this lovely badge there.
Oh yeah.
Quality.
It's from the 1999 tournament in Goa, and it's one of those shirts I really wanted. I never thought I'd get. And here is my Bangladesh.
Yeah, brilliant.
Worn by Mustafa Panveer. There we go. It's got these awesome sleeves. It's got the water lily, which apparently is like the national flower of Bangladesh, and the whole thing is absurd. Like, it doesn't fit. It's got those weird sleeve lengths.
It's wizard sleeves.
Yes,
The
that's
name
what,
that comes down the side. Yeah, I've been asked that one for years. Just I never even really attempted to get it. I just thought I'd never get it. I have photos of it. And then one of our Bhutan contacts said that he met up with like the coach of the under-15s at a tournament because he was coaching the Bhutan under-15s, and he said he managed to get a shirt for me.
that's
Very
fantastic.
nice. And so I got that among a bunch of other match-worn Bangladesh shirts.
That's a fantastic choice. Okay, the shirt I have picked, and obviously I am currently, sadly, far away from my shirts, so I'm just going to have to share a picture of it. But it is this. Can you see that?
Yeah, can now.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a Turkmenistan shirt. I'm kind of fascinated by Turkmenistan somehow, actually. They're just, I don't know, it's such a crazy country, really. Like, this week they were in the news because the president unveiled a gigantic gold statue of a local dog, which is just the kind of random thing that seems to happen in Turkmenistan all the time. But this particular shirt was used at the 2012 VFF Cup. The VFF Cup is a tournament that's organised by the Vietnam Football Federation. They played it every year between 2004 and 2012, and then they played it again randomly in 2018. So I don't know what the deal is with it exactly. It's always got Vietnam playing in it, but the rest of the lineup just seems to be like totally random, whoever they invite. So sometimes you get 4 national teams, but they've also like at various times had a Porto B team or a random Brazilian league side called Santa Cruz playing, or like various national youth teams. So it's like just one of those absolutely bizarre random like international tournaments that's like loads of fun. So in 2012, the year that this particular shirt is from, it was Vietnam, Turkmenistan, Laos, actually, and a South Korean under-23 university selection. So Turkmenistan finished second wearing this bad boy, managing to beat both of their international rivals. But depressingly or hilariously, as you look at it, the tournament was actually won by the South Korean under-23 university selection, which is kind of damning considering that they were taking on like 3 full national teams. But I guess that kind of says a bit. This particular one, the number 33 out of a squad of 20, I'm not quite sure how that works, but it was worn by a guy called Anasahat Anasahatov. So he obviously had like really imaginative parents, honestly, which is kind of like being called Joe Johnston or something like that, I guess. Ridiculous. And what I really like about this shirt, actually, is that you can see the ball in the mud stains. If you can see it there.
So you can.
You can, actually. You can see the actual like panels of the ball that they've used in the tournament. And I just kind of love that somehow. And it sort of opens up that debate about, when you get a match-worn shirt that hasn't been washed, do you wash it or do you leave it? And like, I've got to say, like in the past, I've washed them because I've had a couple of stinking shirts come through. But this one, I was just like, there's no chance I'm like washing the actual marks of the match out of it when you can see the actual ball like that. So, yeah, okay, that's my choice.
I actually have the opposite version of that.
Oh, yeah. From the same tournament?
From the same tournament, because I think we got them from the same seller.
Yeah. We would have done, our man in Turkmenistan, because Turkmenistan shirts are always kind of super difficult to get, with it being one of the most closed nations on the planet and like bottom of the press freedom index. So, yeah.
It actually is bare bottom, too.
They are. They're
Korea.
They're below North Korea, which is really says something about the state of their country, really. So that's about it for episode 3. 6 more nations in the book to join the 12 already in there. Some more shirt stories that you hopefully enjoyed. Our profound thanks to today's guest, Jakob. Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks for having me. Lovely.
No, it's been a pleasure, and we'll try and get you back on again in future. Any questions or suggestions, just leave us a comment on YouTube or Twitter. And if you enjoyed the show, please follow us, give us a retweet, tell your friends and fellow collectors. Thank you very much for watching, and join us again for the next episode of the Polyester Atlas. Until then, toodaloo!
Bye.
Bye.